Hi Ram. Having seen certain physical properties of amines, we will now study about the basicity of amines, where we will discuss about how basic these amines are. Do they show some acidity in their factors also, or is it just that they are restricted to their basic nature of these compounds? What are the earlier theories that support our study about basicity of amines? All these factors we are going to figure out. So, let us see certain aspects about this amines which have been present there, where we see that in these cases the amine compounds have lone pair of electrons which are present on that, where nitrogen will have a lone pair on that. Suppose if I consider a primary amine, a lone pair will be present, which according to Lewis theory. Now, what does Lewis theory say is that in these Lewis theory, those compounds which when give a lone pair of electrons are called as bases. Electron acceptors are called as acids. So, considering these aspects, we will now see certain possibilities that happen where the cause of basic nature of amines will be discussed. So, why does these basic nature come across is because when we write the structure of nitrogen, we can see that a presence of lone pair of electrons is seen. And the moment these lone pair of electrons are present, they are not in any bonding, therefore, they can very easily donate their electrons for any further reactions. And by Lewis theory, as been told, electron donors are termed to be basic in nature. So, therefore, we call these amines as nucleophiles. What are nucleophiles? Nucleophiles are electron rich species which can donate electrons for bonding. So, presence of this unshared pair of electrons can lead to amines being basic in nature as well as nucleophilic in nature. So, having seen these parts, this Lewis theory, where it could tell us that electron donors can be basic in nature, the basic character of an amine is given by this equation, where pKb is equal to minus log Kb. Now, the question is, what is pKb, what is Kb, all these factors we have to see. We have already come across equations like this before, where pH is equal to minus log H plus. What was pH? It was determination of acidity of a compound, whereas Kb indicates dissociation of a base. How do we come across this is, suppose if we have ammonia NH3 and maybe I treat this in water, this will be a reversible reaction. What we get here is NH4, this part which is there, where this NH4 can be a positive ion and OH minus can be the negative ion. What has happened here is H plus and OH minus have been formed from water. H plus has come and attacked here, because H plus indicates electron deficient and this is the electron rich species which is present. So, therefore, such a system can be obtained and the dissociation constant can be written as the product of the concentration of bases, these two are the bases which are formed, NH4 plus and OH minus, divided by ammonia which is the reactant along with water. This is something that we have studied in the first year in the chapter equilibrium. Now, here since we talk about the bases and we know very well that the concentration of water is taken as unity because it is a solvent. So, I can write this as Kb is equal to NH4 plus into OH minus, these are the products, divided by ammonia NH3. This is how I can show Kb. Now, what is Kb? It is a dissociation constant of a base, where it indicates how much the base has been dissociated. More the dissociation means more the OH minus ion. Arrhenius theory says that the amount of OH minus ion determines the basicity. So, similarly here, if OH minus is more, remember this is in numerator. If numerator increases, we know very well that overall value also increases. So, with production of more OH minus, Kb value increases. Now, what do we understand by this? We can say that if Kb value is increasing, suppose if this value is increasing, then it means that this can be meant that basicity of the compound will also increase. Why is this relation made is because Kb, an increase in Kb indicates more OH minus ion production. More OH minus indicates that it is a more basic compound. So, there is a combination of a Lewis theory that we started at the start, and then there is a combination with Arrhenius theory also, where more OH minus ions indicate more basicity. So, if Kb value increases, basicity will increase, and we already know this equation where Pkb is equal to minus log Kb. Now, this is a negative logarithm of Kb, which means that if Kb value increases, then correspondingly Pkb value will decrease. This relationship has to be understood very well, where Kb indicates dissociation constant. If more dissociation of OH minus happens, it means that it is more basicity, it means that more Kb value, and higher Kb value will mean lower Pkb value because it is a negative logarithm. If one side is increasing, the other side has to decrease because it is a negative logarithm. So, what we can understand in this case is that lesser Pkb values indicate that compounds are more basic in nature. So, this is what we see in these cases, that the basic character of these amines, they can be understood either in terms of Kb, or you can represent them in terms of Pkb. Higher Kb values indicate they are more basic, lower Pkb values also indicate that they are more basic in nature. This is mainly by the relationship of the formula that has been present in these cases. So, what are the application of these parts then? Now, generally we see that Pkb of ammonia is around 4.75, and there are various other values which we will come across as we keep studying further now. Now, what we have to do here is we have to understand what are the various basicity values that affect these compounds. How is the basicity affected is, if this is ammonia and they are told that ammonia value is something around 4.75, the Pkb value, this is what they have found out practically. Now, from where did this 4.75 come is, it comes by the fact that lone pair of electrons are present, they are ready for donation. Electron donors are called as Lewis bases. Now, suppose if I use a primary amine, so what I have done here is, one of the hydrogens is replaced by CH3. The question now is this more basic or is this more basic? With certain earlier concepts, if we know, we realize that this is actually going to be more basic because we know that electron donors are called to be basic and CH3 is an electron donating group. So, since it is an electron donating group, it means that the electron density on nitrogen will be much higher. So, when electron density is higher, it can donate electrons much easily and therefore, it can act as a better base. Suppose if I take another example of CH3, CH2, NH2 and once again start comparing between these three, naturally this is the one which is going to be higher basic, reason being both there are now additional electron donating groups which are present. So, therefore, the electron density on nitrogen will be more and more, and with high electron density they can always donate electrons further. Now, the question is, what about an aromatic amine system? Now, lone pair of electron is present on nitrogen also. Also, benzene ring is an electron rich compound, we know, but the problem is we have studied certain resonance structures which we will study again also, where these lone pair of electrons, instead of being available for donation, we see that they can undergo delocalization. This is studied in first year, where the lone pair of electrons, rather than being available for donation, it is being utilized for delocalization. Therefore, the electron donor capacity is less and their basicity is less. So, this is how, if I take a comparative study of these, I can say that this is highly basic because electron donating groups are many. This has an electron donating group, so therefore it is basic. This is normal basic having some value, and this basicity is much lesser because rather than being available for donation, they are rather utilized in delocalization. So, seeing these aspects here, we can realize, we can see certain aspects where aliphatic amines are stronger bases. This was just now discussed now due to plus I effect. What is this plus I effect? It is an inductive effect where electron donating groups give their electron density towards nitrogen atom. Aromatic amines are weak bases than ammonia because aromatic amines, they will be electron withdrawing. Now, what does electron withdrawing in this case mean is that the lone pair of electrons, instead of being available for donation, will undergo delocalization. You may find some discrepancies while trying to interpret Kb values for amines on the basis of plus I or minus I effect in the amines. Also, that is because that discrepancies come up because there are not just inductive effect, but various other effects like solvation effect, steric hindrance effect, which will also be affecting the basic strength. So, what are those effects? How do they affect this basic strength? That let us see. But before that, just let us go through certain pKb values, methanamine, then N-methyl methanamine. We can see that the values are slowly going down with the increase in electron donating groups. So, those which are electron withdrawing, you can just see benzamine there, which is having around 9.38, N-methyl aniline. So, all these aromatic compounds have a pretty high value, whereas aliphatic compounds generally tend to have lower value in these cases. So, the moment we consider gaseous phase, these gaseous phases have just those amines being present, and very naturally we can say that the basic strength will depend on more electron donating groups which are present. For example, in these cases when I consider, I can have an example of ammonia, I can have a primary amine as well as secondary and tertiary amine. For a comparative study, let me take this as ammonia, then let me take a primary amine CH3NH2, a secondary amine CH3NHCH3, and let me also take a tertiary amine CH3. Simple amine compounds I have taken. Now, the task here is that I have to identify which is more basic among these four random compounds that I have written. Now, how am I going to determine that? Now, this is going to be termed as primary, secondary and tertiary. Very easily we can identify that lone pair is present, it will be available for donation, therefore basic. One side there is electron donating group. So, it means that it will be comparatively more basic because electron density increases. Two sides there are electron donating groups, which means that more the number of electron donating groups, more is the density of electrons, which can lead for further donation. And naturally tertiary has three groups which are electron donating. So, very natural that among all these aspects, tertiary amines will have very high basic strength in these cases. So, the moment we see this if you see is very carefully denoted that the basicity of these compounds is a study in gaseous phase only. But the problem comes if we utilize these compounds in aqueous phase, because what happens in aqueous phase is the ammonium atoms which are there, they will become corresponding ammonium cations, because water molecule also tries to combine with these ammonia molecules, which we call it as solvation effect. So, what is the solvation effect is this sort of a system where suppose if I have a primary amine, let me just show it as RNH and all, where we can understand that if there is water which is present. Now, we have already seen in these aspects that hydrogen of this will be in interaction with oxygen of the compound. So, this sort of system where oxygen and hydrogen will be present and in interaction with each other can lead to some sort of an interaction between them. This interaction we call it as solvation effect. So, why is this solvation effect? Because in aqueous solution a mild hydrogen bonding can exist. It will also exist even with this hydrogen, where let me just show it like this. And the better the mixing of the compound with the water, stability will be present. Now, when I take a secondary amine RNH, this is one part of it, and if I have an R dash, I can say that there is this effect of secondary amines with water, but the same thing you will not be able to see it in tertiary amines. Tertiary amines cannot have any such hydrogen bonding because there is no acidic hydrogen along with the nitrogen atom. So, what does this do now then is that a better solvation is obtained in primary amines. In secondary it is comparatively less, in tertiary it is almost nil. So, when we talk about stability through solvation effect, it rather becomes primary greater than secondary greater than tertiary. Whereas when we had taken the plus I effect into consideration, it was tertiary greater than secondary greater than primary, because tertiary gave more electron donating groups than secondary and primary, whereas stability of solvation primary, secondary and tertiary. So now this becomes more like a crisscross stability factors which is considered. So when such a aspect is being considered, now what happens is we need to understand that whenever we consider the basicity of these compounds, we have to keep in mind both the effects that happen in these cases, and this study now becomes individual study of particular compounds. So what do I mean by these factors now is that, let me just denote the kind of bonding that is being taking place, where by plus I effect and say by another one is solvation effect. How can I show this now is plus I effect tertiary greater than secondary greater than primary. Reason being, tertiary indicates more electron donating groups are present, whereas for solvation it is primary greater than secondary greater than tertiary, because primary amines have acidic hydrogen which can be soluble in water in a much better way and stability can be seen. So since on a particular molecule both these effects are playing, so both the effects have to be taken into consideration, and we realize that whenever there are opposing forces, the overall basicity will be the central one. It is something like if two people fight and the advantageous person is the third person. So in both the cases secondary amine is the center, here tertiary is high, here primary is high. So overall when you consider the basicity, secondary amines tend to be more basic in nature. And then after the secondary amine, primary and tertiary come, or tertiary and primary. Now be very clear that this is only for aqueous phase. For gaseous phase we have very clearly told that this is the order of basicity. For aqueous phase you have to consider inductive effect as well as solvation effect. So once you consider these parts now the question is going to be, how am I going to repair? So I understood now that secondary amine will be most basic, the reason being that both these effects which are there, that is plus I and the solvation effect, are opposite in nature. So the question now will be, should I include the secondary amine in these parts as the basic aspects as such? So once again for our understanding, let me write the parts here: tertiary greater than secondary greater than primary. This is primary greater than secondary greater than tertiary. This is for my reference I have written. Now I already realized that secondary will be the most basic when such a thing happens in aqueous solution, because both the effects are opposite in nature. So when I take an example, let me take one example here, which is CH3 NHCH3. This is a secondary amine which has been present. So in this case now let me take another example also, which is a combination of ethyl systems. Naming, how am I going to do? Methyl methanamine, N-methyl methanamine, this is N-ethyl ethanamine. So in both the cases secondary will definitely be higher. Now the question is primary the next basic or tertiary? What happens here in these cases is that when I consider these compounds, here the electron donating group is small, which means that inductive effect will be comparatively low, and here the electron donating group is pretty large, which means that inductive effect is more dominant here. So you understand that in this case the inductive effect is more dominant because electron donating group is large. In this case inductive effect is small, but solvation effect is more dominant. Why it is more dominant? We know very well that solvation in water depends on two factors. One is how well the acidic hydrogen will combine with water. The second is how small the hydrophobic part is. We know very well that all the alkyl chains are hydrophobic. So since the hydrophobic part is small, solution effect will be much better here. Here the hydrophobic part is large. So solvation effect will be less and inductive effect will be dominant because larger electron donating groups. So which means that here the solvation effect is more pronounced, and what is the order for solvation? Primary, secondary, tertiary. So therefore after the secondary amine we actually get the presence of primary amines as the next basic compound. Whereas in this case, since inductive effect is more dominant, this is the order for inductive, already secondary is written. So, the next compound after this will be the tertiary amines which are present. So, I hope this clarity is there for you, and then after this naturally you will have the tertiary amine. So, that is, say, after primary you can have the tertiary amine here, whereas here since tertiary amine is already used, we can now have the corresponding primary amine for this parts, that is C2H5, C, H and H. And naturally after both these segments ammonia will come, because ammonia does not have any sort of electron donating groups. So, this is a little tricky part in these cases, because we have not come across any such concepts in the earlier parts, say like acids, alcohols or anything. Here this comes up because of mixing with water, and this is only for aqueous solution. So, let me just revise this entire part once again. In the aqueous solution, this is for our case study of aqueous solution, not just inductive effect plays a role, solvation effect also plays a role. Inductive effect, we know very well that more the electron donating groups, more will be the basicity of the compound. But solvation effect is reverse, because smaller groups will be more soluble in water and primary will have 2 acidic hydrogen. When I just show a general formula, I can say that the 2 acidic hydrogens can actually mix up with water. So, which means that in these cases, if the electron donating group is small, then hydrophobic part is small, which means that solution effect is more. And that is why the order of solution effect is preferred, where secondary comes in between, because in both the cases it is a central one. So, secondary has the highest basicity, followed by primary and tertiary in that case, whereas here it is actually a little different, secondary greater than tertiary greater than primary. This is because the inductive effect is more pronounced. Large electron group is present, so more inductive effect. And what about solvation here? It is comparatively less, because hydrophobic part is more. So, this is how we compare the solubilities, the basicities of these compounds, where you can see from the third point that in case of the alkyl group, if it is bigger than the CH3 group, then steric hindrance will also play in this case. So, what is steric hindrance? Where it will not allow easy bonding of the compounds. So, there is a subtle interplay. What is the subtle interplay? It means that proper order is maintained, but because there are multiple effects like inductive effect, solvation effect and steric hindrance, which is nothing but too many large groups, it decides, all these factors will decide the basic strength. That is where at the final segment you are able to see that secondary amines are given the first priority. If it is an ethyl group, then tertiary, then primary. If it is a methyl group, it is primary, then tertiary. Now, the question comes, what about propyl? So, actually here we have to study compound wise, and for your syllabus you only have the methyl systems and ethyl systems. You do not have the study of further systems in cases. So, this is about the overall basicity of the compounds that we come across in aliphatic systems, and now we will see about the basicity in the case of aromatic systems. We are absolutely clear now that aromatic systems will be less basic, because electrons present on nitrogen in the aniline will take part in the delocalization, and therefore, it will not be available for further donation. So, this NH2 group, you are able to see the electron delocalization that is happening in these cases, where 5 delocalization resonance structures are being present, and all these 5 structures which are there, they are present as the movement of electrons in these cases. So, in these aromatic parts which are there, we can see that the benzene ring which is present will have NH2, and the lone pairs which are there on nitrogen can undertake further resonance parts in these cases, which was studied in the first year. So, we are able to see a resonance system which has been present, where in all those 5 structures you are able to observe that the negative charge is being seen in the first place in ortho position, then para position, and again ortho position. You are not able to see any other positions in those cases, especially the meta one, which indicates that aniline will give you ortho para products. This will study when we study about the reactions of the compounds. At this stage, we all got to know that basicity of aromatic amines will be comparatively less, because the unshared electron will go in conjugation and will not be available for proton donation. So, this is all that we have for the basicity of the compounds, and we have a small assignment based on the physical properties and basicity of the compounds. Why tertiary amines do not have intermolecular association? We have discussed this at length, and I think you can properly write this. This is a 1 mark question generally asked. Which among ethanamine and N-methyl methanamine have higher boiling point though both have same molecular mass? Write the structure of both these compounds and then introduce the hydrogen bonding van der Waals force theory and try to construct the answer properly. What is the relationship between Kb and pKb? You just need to write the equation that connects between these two terms. And final one, which among ethanamine and aniline is more basic and why? Now, this is mainly because we have to understand the comparative study of various basic amines which have been present. So, this is all we have in this segment, and further reactions and all we will study in the further classes. Thank you. Sai Ram.